is more famous than they. So to be linked with this company and to have your photograph, the name of your studio, and your next picture be seen in probably countries as far away as China or Ethiopia or Argentina was a great coup before mass media.
When Max Factor died in 1938, his sons carried on to develop makeup for television, but eventually sold the company, and today it's owned by Revlon.
From time to time, and it always delights me when old-timers come in here who did work here, and they tell me that they didn't eat. They never took a break or ate lunch. They would come down here and just sort of hide in a corner and watch celebrities just coming and going all day long. It must have been a marvelous thing.
You may be homely in your neighborhood, but if you think that you can be an actor, see Mr. Factor, it may...
Rob Lowe's return to the legit big screen has the troubled actor leading James Spader astray in Bad Influence. Set in the underworld of L.A., the dark thriller has been receiving early raves.
I want you to remember one thing. You asked for this. Do you think you would have gotten any of it if it weren't for me?
While Lowe's performance was powered by his off-screen legal matters, director Curtis Hanson concedes the actor was also turned on by breaking with his boy-next-door type casting.
Rob was involved before I was, in fact. He was a fan of the performance that I got from Steve Guttenberg in The Bedroom Window and wanted to work with me. I liked very much the idea of him playing Alex because I thought it was very different from anything I'd ever seen him play, and that, of course, is stimulating, and both for him and for me, and is also a challenge.
Actor-turned-director Leonard Nimoy wraps his latest feature, New York Times, at the end of the month, but he's now facing a problem with the movie's title. Attorneys for the newspaper of the same name have sent letters to the filmmakers telling them to cease and desist. The movie, starring Gene Wilder, Christine Lottie, and Farrah Fawcett, was co-written by Norman Steinberg and David Frankel. The interesting thing here is that David Frankel is the son of Max Frankel, who happens to be the executive editor of the New York Times. Perhaps nepotism will cure all ills. This week in Toronto, the COPA hosted the 3rd annual Women in Film and Video Awards. The event drew an industry crowd of 1,200 to congratulate this year's honorees, including actress and former Family Channel president Susan Rubish.
I'm honored and surprised because I have not done that much in film. I am now looking to produce a rather wonderful script. So as a producer, though, in film, that'll be the first one. But I've acted in film since 1946 was the first movie I ever made with George Sanders.
Also in Toronto this past week was the Canadian premiere of the movie adaptation of Margaret Atwood's The Handmaid's Tale. Sponsored by Alias Research, one of Canada's leading computer design companies, the evening was a benefit for PEN, the international organization dedicated to assisting writers in prison for political reasons. Alias hosted a cocktail party prior to the film's screening.
It was an Atwood story and a science fiction film and a good cause, so it seemed like a good place for us to be.
I think it's about all of humanity, and I hope that people go out feeling that nobody has a right to tell anybody else what to do and make crucial decisions about their lives.
Toronto animation production company Nelvana, who have brought us the likes of Babar and the Care Bears, are now taking Europe by storm. They've just opened a studio in Paris called Le Studio Ellipse, in partnership with 2 French production companies. The new facility will produce classic animation for both TV and feature film markets. And already in the works is a series based on the cartoon character Tintin, plus a Charlie Chaplin series titled The Little Tramp.
I think what's really exciting about what we're doing here is that we're taking characters that are the great European characters and we're making them into stars. We're taking Babar, Charlie Chaplin, Tintin, and we're going head-to-head with Mickey Mouse, going head-to-head with Bugs Bunny, and giving them a run for their money.
Yay! Heroes in the half-shell speak French, next on movie television.
Car 41! Car 41! Son-in-law.
Hi.
Off to play Atlantic Choice?
You read my mind.
What mind? How about a quick choice?
Relax. Think about your numbers.
I want a quick choice.
What's a quick choice?
It's the new new way to play Atlantic Choice. The machine picks the numbers for you.
Atlantic Choice Lottery.
I get it. Quick choice.
When you play new Quick Choice and let the machine pick, the choice to win is easy and quick.
I'll pay you next week.
You never find your way back here.
It can be a jungle out there, with some stores promising low prices that aren't so low when you get there. That's why Guardian has help. Householders everyday low prices. Lower prices on items you shop for most.
Like razor blades.
Toothpaste, shampoo.
And lots more.
And you still get Guardian's quality service and advice. Help, it's right around the corner at your local Guardian drugstore.
Good boy.
Take a look on the edge, you know we're coming through. ASN, it's hot, bright and new. Ooh, the look is you. 1-to-1, straight from the heart. Feel the excitement, we're ready when you are. Your main attraction, ASN.
I have never done anything right. I've been going around with my head in a sling for years.
Building frustrations turn into a deadly tragedy.
You're tearing me apart!
Please lock me up. I'm going to hit somebody. I'm going to do something I don't...
The new kid on the block enters into a deadly game to become part of the in crowd.
Jim, what happened? What kind of trouble are you in?
A boy, a kid was killed tonight.
James Dean and Natalie Wood in Rebel Without a Cause, Monday at 8 on ASN.
Brace yourselves, because this spring marks the North American release of the movie Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now, usually if a movie's popular, it's dubbed into French a month or so after it's released. But the producers of this film are so sure it's going to be a hit, they're releasing it in both English and French. And Montreal's Sono Lab is the dubbing facility where our heroes in a half shell are being transformed. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to the French Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Leonardo, Raphael, Michelangelo, Donatello.
And here we are. Is it safe to say this is the last stage in this process, Mylène?
It's not the last stage, but it's a very crucial stage where all the actors and the actors director get together and rehearse the lines that are going to be included in the French final mix, and they finally record the best line which they have practiced.
Hey, Rap, where are you going? Out to a movie. That okay with you? Yeah. 1-0 pour Raphaël.
Voilà. Ben voilà.
Oui, quand je gueule moins, on pense qu'elle est plus basse.
Va au cinéma.
Va au cinéma.
Hé, Raph, où est-ce que tu vas?
Au cinéma. J'ai ta permission.
Ouais.
Un peu trop long, permission. First, I have to view the movie, to see it, and to decide which actor I want to work with. And then in the studio, I work with the actors who most of the time didn't see the movie at all. So I have to explain the movie, the story, and explain the character they will work on. How they will have to act, and then help them when they rehearse. Say, okay, there it was okay, but after you have to be more aggressive or more romantic, or depending on the scene.
Qu'est-ce que nous pouvons faire? April est notre seul lien avec ces gars-là. Nous devrons attendre jusqu'à ce qu'elle trouve quelque chose.
Oh, alors.
On s'arrêtera là. Now, what's it like to work on a movie like this?
You don't really think about it. You just look at the picture and you try to get into it. You don't really think about doing what a turtle would do. You sort of get into the... Yeah, because if you think about it, you wouldn't do it, you know.
Working on a movie like that, it's easier to match the mouth, because
those are turtles and rats, so it's like block like that. It's not like a real human, you know. So it's easier for the actors to fit the mouth. It's not so precise, exactly. With real mouth, we have big difficulties.
But I notice you are being quite a perfectionist, even still.
Oh yes, because I mean, the way they move, the way they laugh, feeling we can see on the body. It's really important. It's part of the energy of the character.
It dices, it slices, and yet makes French fries in 3 different. Whoops!
Hey, copains, le nouveau turbo Jeanne Becker, calibré, découpé, et il y a des frites de 3 différentes.
Cartoons like that, or animated stuff, is less difficult technically. The rhythmic thing is not as hard as in you play a real-life character. But on the other hand, it's harder on the voice. You've really got to have your own technique. Your breathing technique must be in good shape, because if you don't, I mean, the next day you can't do anything, and sometimes the next day you have another job in another studio, and they hire you for the voice you usually have. But this kind of voice, because, you know.
Are you crazy?
Yeah, Leo. Je suis fou. D'accord, je sais.
Le seul truc qui m'embête, c'est qu'il faudrait pas faire d'arrêt dans cette première
Pourquoi? Pourquoi? Je n'en sais rien. Parce que je veux redécorer. Tu sais, un coussin par-ci, par-là, un journaliste de télé. Qu'est-ce que tu crois?
Ça va, ça. Okay.
Have you ever done anything like this before?
Yeah.
What?
Like bears and birds. I did Roger Rabbit. And yeah, true. And we did
I
bears.
did Fraggle Rock.
I even did a watermelon once.
How do you do a watermelon?
Well, it was a Japanese cartoon, and he had this very high voice like this. We do the raccoons.
Raccoon.
You have that in Toronto.
I'm Bert Raccoon.
Yeah, I'm
French.
one of the 3 little pigs in the raccoons in French. So we do all sorts of things. It's very good for the mind, though. It's very, you know.
Work a lot,
I don't have to hire a psychiatrist, you know.
You just come in here.
Yeah, that's it.
Thanks, Raphael.
Oh, Dudley.
Hey, look. I think he's blushing.
I'm not.
I think he's actually turning red. Maybe not.
For all those of you who subscribe to the feeling that cinematic success doesn't necessarily mean great art, and vice versa, meet Alan Rudolph. He's one of Hollywood's most misunderstood filmmakers, a writer-director who told me he sometimes feels like the mad scientist who has the secret formula. Only trouble is, nobody can read the handwriting.
Where's my father tonight?
Messing around, I suppose.
Alan Rudolph made his directorial debut in 1977 with Welcome to L.A., which he also wrote.
Breakfast be ready in a minute, Daddy.
Rudolph managed to have more commercial success 3 years later with Rhodey, a studio-produced picture he was merely hired to direct.
Choose me, baby.
Later in 1984, it was back to doing his own thing, the highly controversial Choose Me, which was either loved or hated.
It's getting harder and harder to take risks in American movies. You got to smuggle in ideas these days because the major studios won the war on their terms. If The Moderns, which is one of my favorite films that I've made, took me 10 years to get it made. If that had been a hit, a film about painters, there would be 50 movies right now about painters, you know. But what happens is you know, American movies are like Chinese food, you know. An hour later you're hungry, and I think American movies should be like Italian food. 6 days later you're hungry. You got something to think and chew on.
The critics giving you a bad time?
I don't pay attention to critics. And if they don't respond, it means I'm on the right track.
Oh, they have given you a bad time.
There's this mutual misunderstanding that the film suppliers are giving the audience what they think they want, and the audience thinks they're getting what they want. But the audiences, you know, audiences are like liquid. They'll fill up any container to the shape of the container, and I think they're ready to take some chances.
Ever want kids, Stella?
Kids?
Yeah, little people running around with your face.
I know what they are. Yes, I would like kids, but not now.
I didn't mean now. Not at all, now.
Rudolph's latest film, Love at Large, is another studio project for the director. It unmistakably bears his mark, stylized and unusual.
There is nothing in this film that you don't follow, and you understand the tone of the film. I'd like to take a lot more. I mean, I feel like I want a cannonball in the mud puddle. That's what I want to do right now. I want to make everybody angry.
You admit that Love at Large isn't that kind of earth-shattering movie that really changes the way people see the world. Why then did you want to make it?
I love the movie. I love the fact that I love the movie almost as much as I love the movie, because it was a film for a studio, and I consciously tried to see if I could do what I do inside the system without feeling like I wasn't me.
But you were saying before that you didn't think of it as a compromise, or you don't like to...
No, I think there are adjustments I made, but I don't think it diminished the film at all. I mean, the film is you know, it's a detective story about love, or a love story about detectives, but it's supposed to be something that just makes you feel good. It sheds no new light, but it has some fun in the dark, you know.
There's something going on between Mrs. McGraw and a young ranch hand.
Really?
It could get sticky. I don't want you up there alone.
Harry, if you were born stupid, you're now having a relapse.
Rudolph's last studio film, Made in Heaven, ended in what he regards as a disaster. He hated how the studio recut the picture and eventually considered it to be an embarrassment. Happily, though, it didn't turn him off Hollywood completely. Evidently, he's still willing to work within the structure.
I think we're at a real pivotal time right now. I mean, I think that American movies have more impact than any. America produces three things successfully: movies, pollution, and corruption. And sometimes it's the same thing. And movies can really change the way people look at everything. American movies, I don't care. I mean, Rambo was the #1 movie in the Ayatollah's Iran, you know, and I think we should start doing something with the medium. I mean, Hollywood takes its most talented offspring and pays them a lot of money to behave like an artist, as long as they don't produce any art. And you know, and I think success has blended a lot of really good talent in America. I'm lucky because I started, Altman was a great influence, and I worked with him for 6-7 years, and he remains a very dear person to me. And you know, he is one of the true visionaries America has produced in the modern era. He and Kubrick, both exiles, what does that tell you? But we broke every rule because we didn't know there were any rules, and it's hard to step back from that and then try and conform, and even if you want to. So I feel very lucky. I'm just, my dad told me a long time ago, keep your left up and keep moving.
I just thought maybe a woman's intuition could have helped you crack this thing.
It's the first time we've touched.
Film production in the Maritimes, next on Movie Television.
Car 41! Car 41! Son-in-law.
Hi.
Off to play Atlantic Choice?
You read my mind.
What mind? How about a quick choice?
Relax. Think about your numbers.
I want a quick choice.
What's a quick choice?
It's the new way to play Atlantic Choice. The machine picks the numbers for you.
Atlantic Choice Lottery.
I get it. Quick choice.
When you play new Quick Choice and let the machine pick, the choice to win is easy and quick.
I'll pay you next week.
You can never find your way back here.
Fight for your right to party. Punch much.
Now we're flying.
Whoa!
You have a TV show. You can do it. I know you can. Go for it now.
Many questions.
Shut up! That's not Disneyland behind you. That's the Queen Mary.
Just the greatest. Not a bad deal. Not a bad deal at all.
Fight for your right to party. Punch much.
This Wednesday, Dial A Movie on ASN. 3 different movie features will be shown on your screen with corresponding telephone numbers. You choose the 8 p.m. great movie feature that you'd like to see. Then, call in your votes. The phone lines will be open from 6 p.m. Tuesday until 6 p.m. Wednesday night. After all the votes are in, we'll announce the 8 p.m. Dial A Movie feature. Dial A Movie, Wednesday night on ASN.
Thursday on ASN.
There was a woman with deep blue eyes, almost like a bird.
A medieval spell is cast.
This is no ordinary hawk, Father. It belongs to a man named Nelvana.
Michelle Pfeiffer and Matthew Broderick.
Are you flesh or are you spirit?
Lady Hawk, Thursday at 8, and later at 11.
You cannot die, McLeod.
Arch enemies are rivals for life.
The Highlander. Where is he?
Lady Hawke at 8, and Highlander at 11, Thursday on ASN.
Time now to check in with Terry David Mulligan, who this time comes to us from the East Coast. Terry, what's doing in Halifax?
Well, I'm in the upper balcony of the Neptune Theater, and those guys down there are, well, they're my body parts, actually. It's a John Gray musical called Health, and we open on March the 16th, and we run till April the 8th, and I have never rehearsed so hard in all my life.
Well, good for you. Is anything going on there in terms of film work?
As a matter of fact, there is Philip Borsis, who gave us, of course, the Gray Fox, currently is in Toronto to complete work on a Canadian Tire ad. Then he comes here to Halifax for his next feature, which is called Dust Ship, as opposed to, this is not to be confused with Killer Lint. After the script will be completed by John Hunter, he'll be here to shoot. Atlantis and Screen Star Productions for a joint venture called Sound and Silence. It's a 4-hour TV series about the life of Alexander Graham Bell. It is budgeted for $9 million and goes into pre-production on May the 1st, and principal photography begins July the 1st.
Now, tell me about the people from CODCO, those wild and crazy folks. I know they're originally, of course, from Newfoundland, but they've been shooting a TV series in Halifax for quite some time now. Is that going to be continuing?
Absolutely. The CODCO comedy troupe, they've signed with Salter Street Films for another 12 episodes for a very successful series, as you said, right here in Halifax. And there are rumors that they're perhaps going to take that zaniness to the big screen, but nobody's talking about it right now. Maybe it's an unlucky question. And local Haligonian director Lulu Keating, I love that name, has earned wonderful reviews on her feature film called Midday Sun, which showed here for about 2 weeks' time. She is now looking for a Canadian distributor.
Okay, thanks very much, Terry. Break a leg, and we'll talk to you next week. And here's some of the stories that we'll have for you next week, right here on Movie Television.
I said put the gun down now!
Blue Steele, Jamie Lee Curtis turns in an arresting performance.
And roll camera!
And the Toronto Transit Commission gets a Hollywood facelift.
Walking! Take position, guys. We're doing safe thing. Ready? Roll, please. Rolling. Stand by background. And rolling. Art. And action. Action.
Set. Roll, guys.
Ready? Action!
Wait for my cue. I'll be right beside you, all right?
21, take one. Action!
The crash happens. You're not going to tilt down, though, right?
Everybody be careful. We don't know what could come flying up here. Just be ready.
The sound of a new decade. This is Music, Volume 7, starring Nina Cherry, Milli Vanilli, Gloria Estefan, plus Young MC.
You know what to do, G, bust the move.
Moving soul to soul. Howard Jones, Henry Lee Summer, and Roxanne. Sensational expose. Hot for the 90s. Quality Records, This is Music, Volume 7. It's in stores now.
I remember when my barber and I pulled the hair over the eyes of his next customers. That was fun. But scratch and win, it's fun, 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 fun.
When most people think of a nice light snack, they think of a coffee crisp. Crisp wafers, chocolatey coating, and that